Morning everyone. Today we're going to be learning about punctuating speech. So for that we're going to be looking at inverted commas. So inverted commas are also known as speech marks, as you already know. They are used to show when someone is speaking. Although it may look complicated, by following just a few simple rules you can become an expert at punctuating speech. So the rules for punctuating speech are: place your inverted commas around the words which are spoken. Use a capital letter at the start of the speech sentence, even if it's in the middle of another sentence. Before you close your inverted commas, use a comma, question mark or exclamation mark to separate what was said from the speaker. If a new person speaks, start a new line. I know we've done loads of this stuff before, but what we're going to look at now is a conversation between two characters, and we'll have a go at looking at those different tips that we've just talked about within the speech. So, for example, should we tell the humans we can speak English? Asked Stuart. So, we've got our inverted commas, we've got our capital letter, we've got our question mark, we've got the speaker, and we've got how they're speaking. We've got the reply. Kevin replied, no, definitely not. So all of those features are popping up again. Your speech marks, your punctuation, your speaker, how they're speaking, your comma. No is capitalised because it is the start of the speech sentence. The punctuation placed before the closing inverted commas is a question mark, as Stuart asked a question.
So, for example, we've got some sentences here. What time are we going out? Asked Zoe. So, Mrs. Wood is going to put in the punctuation that's needed when using inverted commas.
So, we know that what time are we going out is a question. So, we have to punctuate that with a question mark. And remember, your inverted commas go around what is being said. So, what is being said in this question? What time are we going out? So, the speech starts here and ends here. Ask Zoe.
Can you now have a go of the other two, putting in the correct punctuation, and pause your video now? Right, if you go to the PowerPoint, you'll be able to check your answers. Next task, if you have a look at this section of text, can you rewrite it, putting in the correct punctuation?
So direct speech will almost always need a reporting clause. So the reporting clause tells the reader who is speaking and how they spoke. For example, I came first, shouted Frank excitedly. So shouted Frank excitedly is the reporting clause. A reporting clause can come before, after, or split the direct speech. So for example, in this sentence it comes before. Dan asked hungrily, do you know what time lunch is? It can come after. Do you know what time lunch is? Dan asked hungrily. Or it can be embedded, it can split the clause, split the sentence. Do you know, Dan asked hungrily, what time lunch is? Varying the location of the reported clause keeps your writing interesting for the reader. Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to our sentence, what time are we going out? Asked Zoe. We don't have much of a reporting clause here, we only know who is speaking, not how she's speaking. So at the beginning of the sentence we're going to add a reported clause.
Zoe asked curiously, so I've added an adverb to say how she's asking. Zoe asked curiously, what time are we going out? And I know that it's a question, and I've put the inverted commas around the words that have been spoken. Don't forget to add your adverb to say how they are talking.
So for this example here, I think we should hide upstairs, whispered Darcy quietly. Your task is to write the reported clause before the question, the sentence, so it's not a question, and then embed the reported clause in that sentence as well. Off you go.
Okay, to improve your sentences, what we've got on the board for you now are some synonyms for said. So we've collected loads for you, and remember, these are avoid you using repetition. So instead of using just said by the character, we've collected loads for you. What you could do is add some more, and that will improve your sentences even more.
So this is today's task. We'd like you to watch this video Saw. The link will be in Google Classroom. Then at certain points stop the video and write a dialogue between the two characters. This character...
If you log on to Doodle, there is a task for you on inverted commas.